The reindeer or caribou, Rangifer tarandus, is a species of deer with circumpolar distribution and native to Arctic, subarctic, tundra, boreal, and to the mountainous regions of northern Europe, Siberia, and North America. These includes both sedentary and migratory populations. It is the only representative of the genus Rangifer. Herd size varies greatly in different geographic regions. More recent studies suggest that the splitting of reindeer and caribou into 6 distinct species over their range. Reindeer occur in both migratory and sedentary population and their herd size vary. The tundra subspecies are adapted for extreme cold and some are adapted for very long distance migration. Reindeer vary greatly in size and color from the smallest, the salvet-bird reindeer, to the largest, called the Osborne's caribou. Although reindeer are quite numerous, some species and subspecies are in serious decline and are considered vulnerable. They are unique among deer or as members of cervidae in that females may have antlers, although the prevalence of antlered females varies by species and subspecies. Reindeers are the only successfully semi-domesticated deer on a large scale in the world, and both wild and domesticated reindeer have been an important source of food, clothing, and shelter for people in the Arctic region throughout their history and are still herded and hunted today. The caribou herds in Canada are discrete population of 7 subspecies that are represented in the Canadian biogeographic region. Caribou can be found from the high Arctic region south to the boreal forest and Rocky Mountains and from the east to the west coast. Arctic people, including the caribou unit, the inland dwelling Inuit of the Kivalliq region in northern Canada, the caribou clan in Yukon, the Inupiat, the Inuvialuit, the Han, and the northern Tutchone and the Gwich'in, who followed the porcupine caribou, also known as Grant's caribou, for millennia, have depended on caribou for food, clothing, and shelter. Cosbeak divided caribou ecotypes in Canada into 12 distinguishable units, an adaptation of evolutionary significant units for purpose of conservation and monitoring that for the most part follow previously named species and subspecies. These are Peary DU1, Dolphin and Union DU2, Barren Ground DU3, Eastern Migratory DU4, Newfoundland DU5, Boreal DU6, Northern Mountain DU7, Central Mountain DU8, Southern Mountain DU9, Tongarde Mountains DU10, Atlantid Gaspes DU11, and Extinct Dawson's DU12. The responsibility for the management and monitoring of herds is often shared between Inuit, Métis, and First Nation communities, local hunter and trapper association, territorial and provincial governments, and the federal government of Canada. Based on the most recent 10-year-long assessment of caribou populations in Canada, every designated unit of caribou across the country is in some kind of danger. More than half of the DUs were endangered. In 2018, vast herds that used to be numbered in the millions and were not in danger 15 years ago are now threatened, and scientists have recommended that the eastern migratory caribou be listed as endangered as the highest level of threat.